Things just keep getting worse for the Orlando Magic. Tonight, they lost their fourth consecutive game, this time to the Detroit Pistons. This is not the start anyone could have predicted or expected, and the same could be said and should be said for Coach Mosley's rotations. It is very clear that something needs to change with this team. A trade needs to be made, and I have to believe that there is one currently being considered. Let's get into it here on Magic Digest. So let me welcome you guys back to the channel. As always, I'm your host, Sam Rodriguez. This is a safe space, y'all. So go ahead, head to those comments and just let it all out. This is a safe space. Like I said, tonight was just rough, right? As the Magic lost 135 to 116 to the Detroit Pistons. The second half of this game, everything just completely unraveled. So if you're interested in hearing more of my angry rants, then go ahead and subscribe to the Magic Digest channel. And let's just say the obvious here, guys. If the Magic do not turn this around and fast, it is going to be a very, very long season for us here on Magic Digest and a very short season for some others. So I don't want to harp on this particular game too much because I really don't have anything nice to say. Or anything new to say for that matter, because nothing has changed other than the fact that they're progressively getting worse, right? This tweet here from Keith Smith, I feel like pretty much sums up how I feel about this team, and I'll just read it for you guys. This is all pretty bad. The offense is slow, not in terms of pace, because we know that's sped up, but in how they run actions, and it's fairly unimaginative. There are too many good ball handlers and passers to have so little ball and player movement, and the defense isn't at that elite level right now. Brutal start. And I just want to talk about that ball movement real quick because I did think that we saw some good ball movement in that first half where Paolo had those 7 assists. I really, really thought we were seeing something. Paolo had a great and one play in that second quarter. If you recall, Gogo was at the free throw line, embraced him. Paolo was chatting. You know, you saw some fire from him, and it was the most fire I'd seen from him or anyone from this team aside from maybe that first game, but that was a win. So putting that aside, um, but I want to see more of that, right? And Paulo had a good game. He had 24, 11, and 7 on 7 for 16 shooting. My biggest gripe with him, of course, was those missed free throws. I believe he missed 7. And I know you all saw when Paulo was at the line chatting some more and then proceeded to miss 2 consecutive free throws. You just can't be doing that, right? And again, this team missed 12 free throws and gave up 34. Now, before tonight, the Pistons were 24th in the league in free throw percentage. Tonight, they only missed 4, of course. So everything going right for the Pistons, everything going completely, completely wrong for the Magic. Honestly, there was just no stopping the Pistons in this game. They were blowing right past the Magic, whose defense has just completely, completely disappeared. Meanwhile, on the other end, the Pistons were just taking everything from the Magic, including their heart, which was very clear by the end of the game, before the end of the game, to be honest. I mean, just look at the box score right here. They had 11 blocks and 8 steals. And again, one of my biggest gripes with the Magic so far this season are the rotations. They just remain completely unhinged. Mose actually checked in Jonathan Isaac at the start of the fourth quarter after the Pistons went on that 28-11 run in the third, which happy to see a Jonathan Isaac sighting, but I truly just don't understand what's going on with him and why he's not being played. And I think there are a lot of Magic fans that share that sentiment. I saw this tweet on my timeline tonight, and just to read the beginning of it, call me crazy, but I'd like to see one game where JI gets 20 minutes as his newly trimmed down self before I throw in the towel. And that's exactly how I feel. You know, we talked about this here on Magic Digest. In fact, I did a whole video on it in the off season. Last season, Jonathan Isaac gained a bunch of weight to play at that 5 position, and he spoke about it in the offseason about how the added weight kind of slowed him down. So he lost the weight in hopes of becoming more agile and, improving that defense, or getting back to the way he used to play. So unless he's secretly injured or something and we don't know about it, I don't really see how he could play any worse than how this team is already playing. But on the other hand, right? If you're not going to play Jonathan Isaac, then please, please just trade him already before it becomes impossible. And that's really what I want to talk about here on Magic Digest today. I saw two potential trades for Jonathan Isaac. One was from an article written by David Aldridge in The Athletic. And he was just asked to kind of come up with a bunch of fake trades for different teams. And the trade was for Corey Kispert from the Wizards. And you can read that, but he's a 38% three-point shooter, which great. So is Desmond Bain and Tyus Jones, right? So if he were traded here, I can guarantee you that would no longer be the case, considering what we've seen from the other two. Speaking of, a rough game for Desmond Bain tonight as well. 4 for 15 from the field, 1 for 4 from three tonight. And Tyus Jones has just been a complete non-factor. So going back to the trade, I don't think there's really anything else from Kispert that I'm loving for the Magic, especially at this point in time. I think they just need um, something else. I don't think another three-point shooter is going to help because I don't think that's even the problem right now. I mean, yes, of course, it would be nice if everybody, including Desmond Bain, would knock down their threes. But there was another trade that I saw on Twitter that I actually really, really liked. It is a Jonathan Isaac, Jet Howard, 3 second rounders for Dillon Brooks, which the 3 second rounders might be a tad much. But I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I kind of like this, right? Dillon Brooks just sort of fits the personality of this Magic team, or at least what they're supposed to be, what they used to be. He's a good defender, he's aggressive offensively, and you can see what he's been doing so far this season. But he has attitude, right? And to be honest, the Magic really just need some of his personality right now because they're just so vanilla and they got absolutely bullied tonight. And look, I know they're missing one of their main agitators in Mo Wagner, but I'm kind of digging this proposed trade. Plus, there's also a lot of familiarity with Desmond Bain. Obviously, they played several seasons together in Memphis as well as Tyus Jones, and maybe that familiarity would help Desmond Bain get back to being the Desmond Bain we all know and love. I'm not too worried about Desmond Bain, to be quite honest. I think he'll be okay with time. He definitely got shots up today, which was nice to see after the last game. Unfortunately, they just um, didn't fall. But look, you guys, something just has to give with this team. I know it's still early, but it's not about it being early. It's just about everything else on the box score, outside of the box score. And I know what you guys want from me. I know you want that Fire Mosley video, and maybe it will come, but I truly believe we just have to hang on a little bit longer before we have those um conversations. The Magic play the Hornets tomorrow, their second back to back in what, 9 days? I don't know if I realized how brutal that was when I first looked at the schedule. Probably because I thought these would be easy wins, right? As I'm sure we all do, but all did, excuse me. But if in fact we do have that conversation about Mosley when the time comes, there are some coaches out there, right? Obviously, I know Mike Malone is the big name, of course, but don't rule out Tom Thibodeau, and don't kill me in the comments for that one because I do not take kindly to Tom Thibodeau hate. I never really understood it. He pulled the Knicks back to relevancy, got them to the conference finals for the first time in decades, and trust me, if Tibbs was the coach, you would not be seeing these crazy rotations that are being rolled out. So I'm a big Tibbs supporter, but that's for another day and another video. But in some other news before we check out here, the Magic exercised their team option on Tristan Da Silva and Anthony Black. So congrats to those guys. Rough game from Anthony Black, but Tristan Da Silva continues to be very consistent. So I'm happy to see that from him. I would be much happier to see it contributing to wins, of course. But the team did not do so for Jet Howard. who we saw in garbage time tonight. He was also the Magic's 11th overall pick in 2023. Hasn't gotten a ton of playing time in his tenure here, so that clearly didn't work out. But hopefully, the Magic can use him as a trade piece, maybe for Dillon Brooks. Who knows? Um, so I don't know at this stage, right, what's going to turn this team around, but this is truly, truly a brutal start. Um, for the Magic, you guys. So get some sleep, gear up for the Hornets, and I will catch you all tomorrow in what will hopefully be their second win of the season, you guys.